Hi everybody, MTG openings back once again for everyone's favorite time of the year. It's pre-release time. We're here this time with a Battle with Savagery Atarka pre-release pack from Dragons of Tarkir. For those of you who don't know how pre-releases work, you get these packages these days. Sometimes it's clans, sometimes it's guilds. This time it's Dragon Lords. You pick whatever color combinations are available, and you get 6 packs. In this case, we're going to get 1 of Fate Reforged, 4 of Dragons of Tarkir, and we're going to open all those on screen here. And then you're also going to get 1 seeded booster, which is geared towards whatever Dragon Lord in this case, or other color combination if it's a different pre-release that you chose. So in our case, it's red-green. We're going to get a red, a green, or a red and green promo rare from Dragons of Tarkir, and then the rest of the pack will be a mix of Fate Reforged and Dragon of Tarkir packs. It's actually the very first one of these I've seen opened, in its entirety. I've seen one other video where it shows you the ending and what you can get, but it doesn't go through each card. So we're going to do that here. Like I said, I haven't opened one of these before. I'm not sure what all we're going to get. We'll go over each thing. I'm actually going to reach in here and flip the seeded booster upside down so we can't see the rare right away for a little added excitement. Okay, so that's done. So we're going to open it up here. Inside each one of yours, you're going to get a little card here talking about your clan, your Dragon Lord, and here's the symbol. That's the watermark on the back of the cards, and then it says Atarka, and there's a little sentence about it, and then on the back it gives you some advice on building an Atarka deck, and usually they give you ideas of things to splash. It looks like there's a little down here, but not as much as some other times I've done. So put that up to the side here. This is your official Dragon Fury scorecard. If you don't know what that is, there's a little game that you can play at the pre-release. You take your spin down die you're going to get, which we'll get to next, and you roll it onto this board. It's sort of like, I don't know, skee ball, shuffleboard. It's kind of a combination. And you knock these little standees over that have points, and each one's worth a different number of points. And if you get a certain number of points, you get promo cards. So if you hit 3 or more, you get an Evolving Wilds, which is a common land. And it goes up from there. 9 is a Dragon Fodder, and you get the Evolving Wilds too. 12 is an uncommon Dragon Lord Servant, and if you get 18 or more, you get a Foe Razor Regent, which is actually a green rare. So put that to the side. Here is the special spin down for the Atarka. Here's the little Dragons of Tarkir symbol. So this is supposed to resemble the breath weapon of your dragon. So in this case, Atarka is fire. So that's the fire die. So like I said, here's the seeded booster. I have it upside down right now so we can't see the rare because it's on top. It's going to have a date stamp on it. We have Fate Reforged pack. That's your standard one. We'll open that one first. And you get your 4 Dragons of Tarkir packs, which is super exciting. So we'll open all that stuff up. Let me just get some of this stuff out of the way. So we will start with the Fate Reforged. We'll do the seeded booster last, I think. So open the Fate Reforged first. I'm excited for the pre-release coming up this weekend. It's very exciting. Should be a great time. Alright, we start with a Reach of Shadows. Hooded Assassin. So I should be noted, and which is obvious here, you don't have to go the the Dragon Lord colors you pick. Right now I have two pretty decent black cards. Obviously we have many more cards to go, but just to let you know, you can also splash colors. You don't have to be red-green at all. I could play, red-blue. I can play black-blue-red. I can play any color, anything I want, obviously. So, Hooded Assassin, Avian Skirmisher. There's a Lotus Path Djinn, Sultai Emissary, Harsh Sustenance, Right into Being. There's a Bathing Dragonfire, Map the Waste, Lightning Shrieker, Shockmaw Dragon, Hughes to Retainer, and our rare is a Shamanic Revelations. Then we got our Rugged Highlands, which is really good for the fixing, if you're going to go red-green, and then a Warrior Token. So, nothing new out of there, it's just a Fate Reforged pack, of course. The Bathing Dragonfire is exciting. So, we'll get our first Dragons of Tarkir pack. So, this is my very first one of these I've opened, so I'm excited about that. Let's see what we can get here. So, Grave Purge. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. Draw a card. 2 in a black. Dragon Fodder is 1 in a red. Makes 2/1/1 goblins. Avian Tactician, 4 in a white. 2/3 flying. And when it enters the battlefield, you bolster 1. Gurmag Drowner. That's a 4 to cast, 4/2 exploit. And so exploit, you may sacrifice a creature when the center of the battlefield. It can be this itself. If you do exploit, you look at the top 4 cards of your library and put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Tread Upon, 1 in a green, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Foul Tongue Shriek, 1 black, target opponent loses life for each attacking creature you control and you gain that much life. Reduce in stature, 2 in a blue, enchant creature has base power and toughness of a 0/2. Dragon Eye Sentry, 1 white for a 1/3 defender with first strike. Guardian Shield Bearer, 1 in a green, 2/1 Megamorph for 3 in a green, and when it's turned face up, you put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature. Sarkhan's Rage is 4 in a red for an instant. Deal 5 damage to target creature or player, and if you control no dragons, it does 2 damage to you. First uncommon is Swift Warkite, 4 black and a red, 4/4 flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your hand or graveyard into the battlefield. Then you return, and it gains haste, and you return it to your hand at the beginning of your next end step. Which is pretty fascinating. Herd Chaser Dragon, there's a cycle of these. This is the green one. It's 5 in a green, flying trample 3/3 with Megamorph for 5 and 2 green, and when it's turned face up, you put a +1/+1 counter on each dragon you control, which would count this, of course. Ojutai's Monument is 3 for an artifact. It taps for white or blue. There's one of these for every color combination of dragons. You can pay 4, a white and a blue, and it becomes a 4/4 white-blue dragon artifact creature with flying. It's on a turn, and our rare is Sun-Scorched Regent. It's 3 and 2 white for a 4/3 flying dragon. Whenever opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and you gain a life. And a mountain with a really cool picture. And we got a zombie horror token. So, I could splash, if I'm going to build this deck, I could easily splash, well, not easily splash, sorry, I could play, 3 color, including the white if I want to play that dragon. Obviously, we have lots, like I said, we have lots more packs to open here. So, moving on to the next one here, we got Kuligan's Storm Singer. So red for a 1/1 haste with Megamorph for 1 red. When it's turned face up, target creature gains haste until end of turn. Center Soul. This is a 1 and a white instant. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. And has Rebound. If you weren't around for Rise of the Eldrazi, Rebound, you cast it once and then it gets exiled and it gets recast during your upkeep. It may be recast during your upkeep. So it's a pretty interesting mechanic. There's a Karsi Sadist. 1 in a black, 1/3 with exploit, and when the sadist exploits a creature, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Sabertooth Outrider, 3 in a red for a 4/2 trample. It has Formidable. That's another new keyword. If you have creatures total power 4 or greater, something happens. In this case, he gets first strike until end of turn. When the 8 or more power is when he attacks. So he only has it when he's attacking. Enoch Artillerist is a 2 and a green for a 4/1 and has reach if it has a +1/+1 counter on it. Updraft Elemental, 2 and a blue, 1/4 flying. Stampeding Elkherd, so this one has Formidable too. It's 3 and 2 red, 3 and 2 green, excuse me, for a 5/5. And if you have creatures with power 8 or more, when it attacks, it gets trample. So this already has 5 by itself, so you only need 3 more. Ancestral Statue is 4 to cast 3/4 artifact creature, and when it enters the battlefield, return a non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. So this could even be enchant creatures you're using on your opponent's cards if it comes to that. Just to keep that in mind. Here's Duress. That's a reprint. It's 1 black. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and that player discards it. A really cool picture. It's Zergo Bellringer getting yelled at by Kuligan. Misthoof Kieran, 2 and a white, 2/1 flying vigilance with Megamorph for 1 and a white. First uncommon, press the advantage. 2 and 2 green. Up to 2 target creatures, each get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. And it's an instant, so it's pretty powerful. Seismic Rupture, 2 and a red. It does 2 damage to each creature without flying. Avian Sunstriker is 1 and 2 white for a 1/1 flying double strike with Megamorph for 4 and a white. Our next rare, Hedonist Trove. It's got lots of words on it. It's 5 and 2 black for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile all cards from target opponent's graveyard. You may play land cards exiled this way with Hedonist Trove, and you may cast non-land cards exiled this way with Hedonist Trove. You can't cast more than one spell this way each turn. And then we have a forest and a morph token. So now we've got a white rare and a black rare, and like I said, I know we're getting at least a green. Oh, we got a green rare too. We're getting at least a red, green, or red and green rare in our seeded booster, which, like I said, we're saving till the end. Maybe it'll be a Atarka. Who knows? Because that you can also get the mythic of your Dragon Lord. I don't know if you can get any others. I mean, no one's opened these yet, so we're not sure. Next pack, Kolaghan's Skirmisher. It's a 1 and a black, 2/2, and it has dash for 2 and a black. Kolaghan's Aspirant. Oh, it also should be noted, just because it's got the Kolaghan watermark, you can still play it in any deck. Obviously, it doesn't have to just be Kolaghan. So, 1 in a red for a 2/1, and when it becomes blocked by a creature, it deals 1 damage to that creature. Anticipate is 1 in a blue, instant. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library, in any order. Sand Step Scavenger, 4 and a green for 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, bolster 2. Elusive Spellfist is 1 in a blue for 1/3, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. Here's an Artful Maneuvers. It's a 1 and a white. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn and has rebound. And Ari Bowmasters is 2 and 2 green. Reach Megamorph for 5 and a green, 3/4. Vandalize is 4 and a red. Choose 1 or both. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target land. Foul Tongue Shriek. I had one of those earlier. Arkasha Gravecaller, 4 and a black for a 3/6 with exploit, and when it exploits, you put 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield. First uncommon is Dramoka's Gift. It's 4 and a green, bolster 4 instant. Great Teacher's Decree is 3 and a white. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until on a turn and has rebound. Our rare is Myth Realized. This card is very powerful. It's a 1 white enchantment. When you cast a non-creature spell, put a lore counter on Myth Realized. You can pay 2 and a white to put a lore counter on Myth Realized, and you can pay 1 white, and until end of turn, Myth Realized becomes a monk avatar creature. In addition to its other types and gains, this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of lore counters on it. Very powerful. We have a foil. It's a Scream Reach Brawler. It's 2 and a red for a 2/3, and it has a dash of 1 and a red. Got a mountain and a goblin token. So that's our 3rd pack of Dragons of Tarkir. We have 1 more pack to go here. Alright, for our last pack here, we'll dive right in. Then we'll do the seeded booster last, of course, like I keep saying. So, our first card, Lightwalker. It's 1 and a white for a 2/1. And Lightwalker is flying as long as there's a +1/+1 counter on it. And it has 1 toughness, so it can be bolstered. It's pretty nice. Dutiful Attendant is 2 and a black for a 1/2. When it dies, return another target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic Rush, 4 and a red. Attacking creatures get +2/+0 and gain trample until end of turn. It's an instant. Palace Familiar, 1 and a blue. 1/1 flying, and when it dies, you draw a card. Conifer Strider is 3 and a green for a 5/1 hexproof. Another Guardian Shieldbearer. There's another Sarkhan's Rage. Vial of Dragonfire. It's 2 to cast and 2 and tap. Sacrifice Vial of Dragonfire. It deals 2 damage to target creature. Butcher's Glee is 2 and a black. Instant. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains a lifelink until end of turn and regenerate it. Make sure when you play this card you remember it regenerates. Ojutai's Interceptor is 3 and a blue for a 3/1 flying with Megamorph and a Megamorph cost is its casting cost of 3 and a blue. Our first uncommon is Virulent Plague. It's 2 and a black. Creature tokens get -2/-2. Stormwing Dragon. This is the red cycle of the Megamorph Dragons. It's 5 and a red for a 3/3 flying first strike. Megamorph for 5 and 2 red. And whenever its turn phase up, put a +1/+1 counter on each other dragon creature you control. Oh, sorry, it's each other, so this is just a 3/3, just like the green one. Minister of Pain is 2 and a black for 2/3 with exploit, and when Minister of Pain exploits a creature, creatures your opponent control gets -1/-1 until its turn. And our last rare, Ereshine Foremost, 1 and 2 white, double striking 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks another target warrior creature you control gains double strike until its turn. And a swamp and a tip card. So one last pack to go, which is exciting. And the rares, like I said, I flipped it over at the very beginning of the video because the rare is on top and I wanted to be in suspense. And the rare is Surrak the Hunt Caller. So let me open this up and we'll read what he does. So he's Surrak Dragonclaw, but now in the changed timeline. So now he's just 1 color instead of 3, and he's not a con anymore because I don't have them anymore. They're now Dragon Lords rule the clans. So Surrak is 2 and 2 green for a 5/4 legendary creature human warrior, and he has Formidable at the beginning of combat on your turn. If creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, target creature you control gains haste until its turn. So you can play him, and if you already have a 3 power guy or more than that, he can give himself haste, which is pretty cool. We got a Revealing Winds, 2 and a green, instant prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. You may look at each face down creature that's attacking or blocking. There's another Seismic Rupture as an uncommon. It's 2 and a red. Oh, we already got that earlier. Another Press the Advantage. That's really good. This is a Calcimo Behemoth. It says 2 and a red for a 5/5, and it can't attack or block unless you pay 2. But it's 3 to cast 5/5. It helps you Formidable. And so it looks like you get at least 4 uncommons, along with your rare, and then cards that go along with your colors. So we got Explosive Vegetation. It's 3 and a green, and so far we've gotten all Dragons of Tarkir cards, so maybe that's all you get. 4 and a green, 3 and a green. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. That is a reprint. It's a Summit Prowler. It's just like the one from Khans of Tarkir. 2 and 2 red for a 4/3. Impact Tremors. So 1 and a red. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's an Epic Confrontation. It's 1 and a green. Sorcery, target creature you control gets +1/+2 until end of turn. It fights target creature you do not control. So still all Dragons of Tarkir. So it looks like you're not going to get any other. Maybe you don't get any fake cards. You do not. So that's interesting. This is. Well, we had one of these earlier. It's 1 and a green. Target creature gets +2/+2 against trample until end of turn. Tormenting Voice. It's just like the one from Khans. Also, it's a reprint. It's a 1 and a red. It's got a new picture, of course. 1 and a red. As an additional cost to cast Tormenting Voice, discard a card and you draw 2 cards. Stampeding Elkherd. That's the second one of those. Atarka Ifrit is 3 and a red for a 5/1 Megamorph for 2 and a red, and when it's turn face up, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Vandalize. Glade Watcher. It's a 1 and a green defender with Formidable. You can pay a green and can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender, and you can only activate the ability if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater. And our last card is Tail Slash. It's a 2 and a red instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you do not control. So it's premium removal. So so it looks like you don't get any Fate Reforged cards. So you're only going to get your 1 pack of Fate Reforged, which is interesting. If you recall, I got a Shamanic Revelations in that pack and a Surrak the Hunt Caller in this one. And if you noticed, I got some decent red cards, but I got this is just remembering. Yeah, I got 3 white rares to go along with my greens, so I might be playing Dramoka colors, even though I picked Atarka if I were building this deck. So I hope you liked this pre-release box opening. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channels, and leave any questions or comments in the comments below. Until next, after this pre-release weekend, any prize packs I win, I will be opening on my channel. And I am still planning on buying 1 to 3 boxes of Dragons of Tarkir, and I will be sure to open those and post those videos next Friday when the set comes out. So until next time, guys, thanks a lot. Bye.